Morning everyone, my name is Audrey, I'm Stitchy42. It is Thursday the 24th of February 2022. It's my middle granddaughter's birthday today. She is 15, and a couple of weeks ago when she was visiting at the house, she informed Grandpa that she would be 15 today, and therefore she would be able to get her driver's permit. And could Grandpa possibly teach her how to drive his Jeep? So this morning when I got up and I sent birthday wishes to the granddaughter, I reminded Mark that she's 15 today. She'll be asking for some lessons here soon. Anyway, I thought that I would sit here and stitch in my chair, working on my Alphonse Mocha. And since I don't really have a lot of projects to share for a video, I thought I would sit here and stitch, because you don't need to see me, and you all like seeing my Alphonse Mocha, and I've got to get some work done on this white border here, and so I'm just going to sit here and stitch and talk and hope that you all have your stitching with you, that you're sitting down, getting some time to relax, put some stitches in, and let's just chat. So I haven't been doing a heck of a lot here recently, cross-stitch wise. I've fallen back down the rabbit hole of working on some wool applique, and Tuesday, 2 days ago, my youngest granddaughter's birthday, she's 14, I got to go over to Cheryl's house. Cheryl is one half of Stitching with the Sisterlies, and she had invited Anna, Stitch Roadies, Quilt Roadies, Woolly Mammoth 53, and Becca, Sambrie Stitches, and Heather, Punkypurls, and myself to come over to her house for a stitching date. Well, all of us, except for Heather, who was off on her own adventures, gathered over at Cheryl's house. And surprise, 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 Colleen was there too. So, if you have not seen the newest video from Stitching with the Sisterlies, it was just uploaded last night. You need to go check it out, because Colleen recorded us sitting there talking and laughing and giggling, and oh my God, watching it again this morning, I was right there again. I was laughing just as hard this morning as I was 2 days ago when it took place, and it was just absolutely a fantastic time. Cheryl has got a beautiful home. She's got, it's like her own little personal farm there, and she's raising her chickens, which she's named after several Flosstubers. There is an Audrey. In fact, I think this is the second Audrey, because the first Audrey regretfully passed away. And when we went into the house for lunch, she actually went out and brought in one of her chickens. It wasn't Audrey, but I thought it was kind of funny because I've never touched a live chicken before. So I got to pet a chicken on Tuesday. Sure, why not? The new things we get to do when we go visit our friends, right? Anyway, while I was there, what I was working on was one of my wool projects. And I have that with me to show you, and my Mooka here will make a lovely stand for holding on to my projects to share with you, because I've only got a couple of them. But a while back, I know that I had shared with you that I had bought this Buttermilk Basin pattern, It's called Spooky Pillows, and there's 5 different pillows in here. There's the witch hat, there's a cauldron, a pumpkin, a ghost, and a haunted house. What I was stitching on at Cheryl's place was the cauldron. And the original design on the pattern has a spider web and a spider. Say it with me, because I know you all know this. I don't like spiders. So I decided what I needed to do with my cauldron is I needed to have flames underneath it. So this is what I stitched on. Now, do you ever get random videos that pop up in your YouTube feed? Just a couple of days ago, some random video popped up of this guy who was stitching flames on above the pockets on his denim shirt. And I thought, oh, that's what I need to do. So I took this up there and I used this new pen that I had bought because I asked people what kind of pen to use for writing on wool so that, you know, I could do more wool stuff. And they came up, well, Anna was the one who showed me. It's a Clover white marking pen. I got it off of Amazon and I took this up with me, asked my dear wise mentor Anna to show me how to use this, and then I just drew the traces, the outline of my flames here. I have no idea what stitch this is here. I don't know if it's a back stitch or a stem stitch or a satin I was just doing stuff. It's an Audrey stitch. I don't know what it is. But I got this done, and Anna, because she is so wise and wonderful, goes, well, you know, when you see flames, there's always these little sparks. So I added some little sparks up to the top of it. And then when I brought it home and I was looking at it, I realized it needed something down here across the bottom of this too, instead of just this empty black spot underneath. So I added some more orange, smaller flames down there. And I think this turned out really cute. I used Weeks Dye Work Onyx around my cauldron, and I just think that this turned out and is just a really, really gorgeous little wool finish. So like I said, there's five little pillows in this kit. I had gone up to Anna's house last week, I think it was, and prepped all of these. She's the one that has got me hooked on using, is it SF101? Fusible, whatever. I don't know what the number is. Ask Anna. She's wise. Anyway, I got all of these prepped. And the first one that I prepped was the one that I wanted to do and thought that I was going to do just by itself, but I'm up there visiting and we're sitting and talking, and it's like, well, just go ahead and prep all 5 of them. That way you have them ready to do and you can stitch them whenever. So the first one that I did was the witch's hat. And on the pattern, it showed that the hat band was actually a cutout, and you could see the white wool behind it. And then it had, excuse me, it had buttons randomly all over the hat. I didn't want to do the cutout, so my wise friend Anna once again suggested, am I sucking it up to Anna big time or what? Yes, I am. But I love her. She suggested using a purple wool and gave me a little piece of it. And You can't really see it, but I can hear it. It's got a little bit of a plaid to it, which I think is cool and adds dimensions. So I added the purple band there, and I came home and I was looking through my buttons, and I found that I have this one from Just Another Button Company. This purple and grayish bat. I think it looks absolutely adorable. So I had that one done. It was actually the first one that I did. Then I stitched the cauldron. Well, then yesterday morning, you know, because I'm on a roll with these, I had to do the ghost. And I'm chatting with the group of ladies that was up at Cheryl's house the day before. And again, Anna suggested that when I do this one, that I add a couple of extra ghosts to it. So I had put this one on a diagonal on my wool instead of, what's this? Vertical on the wool. And what I decided to do with this one is I stitched the outline of this ghost with glow-in-the-dark floss, and then her suggestion was to do 2 others. So I just used that same pen again, traced my pattern around, and I created 2 more ghosts on here. Now, when I had this ghost on here by itself, it was fairly well centered on my piece of wool. When I stitched this one here, I realized I'm really, really close to this edge. So when I sew this, I'm going to have to make sure that I leave a little bit of space there. But my story for that, if I accidentally sew through the ghosts, is that, well, they are ghosts and they can travel through the walls. So it will be all right no matter how I do that. It's my story. I'm sticking to it. So those are the 3 pillows that I have finished, but not fully finished. The pumpkin is prepped and ready to go. And the haunted house is prepped and ready to go. And I know you're out there going, but Audrey, you don't like stitching houses. That is true. I don't like stitching houses. But doing a blanket stitch around the outside of a house, I could do that. And I'm thinking with this one, I have to find just the right variegated floss to stitch that with, because I want it to have that rustic, haunted quality. So if you can think of a variegated floss that might add to the rustic, haunted quality of my haunted house here, leave a comment down below, as always, and let me know. But those are what I've been working on, and then I decided, well, you know, I really need to get back and do some more work with my Alphonse Mucha. And I'm sitting here this morning and thinking, I need to do a video. I need to tell who won the little Mill Hill kit for my Mill Hill video, so what the heck? Get the camera out, set it up, get in my chair, do some stitching, sit here and chatter. I can do that. And besides, maybe you enjoy not seeing me. I don't know. It's all good. So anyway, this morning I got up and I did the random comment picker from YouTube. The word that I wanted people to use to get that cute little honey pot Mill Hill kit was bead, and Kim Esmond was the name that came up. And I know that I have your address, Kim, because it's already packaged and sitting on the table waiting for me to go out to the mail, to the post office, somewhere, that place you go that you mail things. I swear, as soon as the camera starts recording, words get difficult to say. I don't know what it is. Am I camera shy? Possibly. But one would think that after 4.5 years I'd be over that, but apparently not. So I'm sitting here just stitching away. It is cold outside. It was, I think it was 28 degrees this morning when I got up. I looked outside, there's frost on the ground. I was going to go back up to Portland and visit with Anna and Colleen and Cheryl again, but it's snowing up there. And while I don't really have a problem driving in the small amount of snow that is out, my issue is walking on the icy sidewalks, especially to get up the stairs and into the house. So I'm staying home. I'm curled up in my chair. I figured get part of this border done, because quite honestly, that's one thing that I don't understand about this pattern, because the other Alphonse Mucas I did, the image went all the way out to the edge of the stitched area. This one has a 6 stitch wide white border all the way around. So I have to get myself in the mood to do this, and a lot of times when I'm doing it I do two-handed stitching, but not this morning. Not feeling like it. My left shoulder has been hurting, and for some reason the movement of pulling the needle up is just enough to irritate it. I know when I mentioned that my shoulder was hurting on a previous video, someone commented and asked me if I've been trying to fly again. No, I have not tried to fly. And if anybody is wondering what that references to, I think it was actually my 3rd video where I talked about painting the laundry room and stepping backwards off the 2-step footstool into space and trying to do like Douglas Adams had suggested in Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, that if you don't think about falling when you're falling, you might actually fly. It didn't work for me, and I really don't try to do it very often, if at all. So this morning, between watching Flosstube videos and hearing about what's going on in the greater world out there, I decided I needed to watch videos that would make me happy. And I was actually watching some gardening videos, because my whole plan for my garden has always been that I want it to be full of flowers and a riot of colors all year long, to be an English garden with, riot and chaos of colors. It's nothing like that right now. There's a lot of areas that are bare that have nothing coming up in them because I haven't been able to do a lot of my own gardening these past few years. But what I was watching this morning was talking about different perennial borders and how they could be planted and layered, and if you plant them thick enough, they can pretty much keep the weeds out. So I think what I'm going to try to do this year is go for a 2 or 3 year game plan and buy some plants, get them into the border, and realize that it's going to take 2 or 3 years to fill in the way I would like it to look. I also have an area along the south side of my house that gets a lot of shade, and it's what I can actually see out of my south window. And I would like to get a bird bath in there for all the little birds that are in the snowball tree there and in the maple and maybe even the hummingbirds. And just have that view out of my southern facing window. So, watching videos on gardening, watching some new Flosstubers. Someone I just discovered this morning is a channel called This Grandma's Stitchin' Again! Exclamation point. So I will list that in the drop box down below. Go check her out. She's already had a couple thousand views on her very first video, but she only has like 280 some subscribers. If over 2,000 people can watch a video, but she's only got 280 subscribers, just take that second to click subscribe. You know, it's important. We all want to be acknowledged when we're doing these videos. The comments are fantastic. It lets us know people are actually listening to us and we have a communication going. But getting that subscriber count up, it leads to being able to do other things through YouTube when your subscriber count hits 1,000. And you can then monetize and do other things with that. And again, the more subscribers you have, the more things you're allowed to do through YouTube. So go check her out, subscribe, check and make sure you're subscribed to me if you're watching my video, because while I don't talk about subscribers very often, I would like to see my numbers go up. I would like to be able to do more things with my channel, but that might also require me to become more tech savvy, and I think you know by now that's not happening. So anyway, I am just sitting here stitching. I've got the pellet stove going. I think I need to go make myself a cup of tea, and I need to go make some more hummingbird food and get it out there, because looking out the window I can see the one that's out there is frozen. So I need to go feed them. Anyway, thank you for coming and visiting with me today. Kim, I've got your package all ready to go, and I will go out to the post office later this afternoon and get that mailed off. And thank you all for coming and visiting. Live long and stitch on, my friends. Bye-bye.